time and time again. Different type of supplies that they've been donating as well. We've been donating coffee and hot chocolate and mocha to many of these causes over here. Again, this is over here at the Boys and Girls Club over at in New Orleans. And what we did is a big landscaping project. We went in and we did some painting, repainted the place, and made the kids feel like that there's a quality place that they can come and have refuge. And that was at the Boys and Girls Club. Many of the things that you see on this on camera now, this is some of the stuff that maybe not get talked about. Because if we did a convention and said, hey, listen, guys, what we're going to do is show you how to give a lot of money, some of you wouldn't show up. That's why we have to also show you that there's a way that you can earn money. But with the OG Cares Foundation, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a major mission. Before we even launched that foundation, I said, you know what, Organo Gold undoubtedly will be known for the company that have the most $1 million earners. That's something that's, we'll be proud of it. We'll be extremely proud of it. Extremely proud of it. Right now, I don't know if there's a company who can keep up with what we've been able to do in that regard. But what was most important was having a company that also set the record for the most $1 million donators. I've got some distributors that called me up. Listen, my goal next year is to give $1 million of the commissions that I earn to give it back to Organo, to OG Cares. And we've got many of them who've been on pace, and everywhere we go and everywhere they go, they're out there doing it. Over in different parts of the world, we're actually doing different projects. We actually raise money over in Anaheim. We've got projects that we're about to launch in Mexico. You'll see that in November. Okay? We've got projects that we've already done in the Dominican Republic. We've got projects that we did over in Ecuador. We went over to a school in the Black Zone over in Guayaquil, Ecuador. We went to a zone where nobody would go. They say nobody goes there because they don't care about the people. Well, guess what? OG came and all the diamonds and all kind of distributors showed up in a place where nobody goes. And we had all of these kids. There were 500 different kids. And the pastor started that school with one child. And that child was a child that had AIDS at the time, and they couldn't go to school. And so they kicked that little child out of the school because the little girl had AIDS. And they weren't so educated to understand that it wouldn't affect everybody else. And what happened is this here. He took the little girl, started his own school. She was the only student. Today, ladies and gentlemen, because of that charitable spirit of people around the world, and also because of a little bit of what Organo Gold has done and OG Cares, there's over 500 students at the school right now over the Guayaquil, Ecuador. I gave a promise over there to Padre Simone. He says, listen, he says, I'm not really after anybody's money whatsoever. He says, I really don't need your money. He says, this is what my mission is. My mission, I just want 1 million friends around the world. He says, Hulton, if you could just help me get one. He says, I want you to be one. I said, well, listen, I've got some friends too. And typically when I befriend people, my friends befriend them. I said, we're going to help you reach that goal of getting 1 million friends. And if they believe in your cause, guess what? He says, Hulton, if they believe in my cause, $1 a year. That's $1 million a year to go to these kids. I said, you know what? We're going to help you do it. And that's what we've done with OG Cares Foundation. And so Bernie Chua, ladies and gentlemen, is a very charitable person. I want you guys to always help celebrate that. I will also want to share with you how to give. Normally at our events, we actually pass around the collection plate. People say, okay, well, here it comes. We won't have a chance to do that because of the logistics here. But I want to show you a way on how to give and how to open your pockets, open your heart, and be able to make a difference. Because I can tell you, sometimes people do need your prayers, but a lot of times they need your money. And I'm not embarrassed to tell you, they need your money. But there's a way to give to OG Cares, and you can actually do that right now. You can give to your mobile phone right now, and you can go out there and help us make the difference with what you do and what you give. And it's not about how big, it's not about how small, it's just being able to give from the abundance of your heart. And I always tell people this, and I mean it. I never want one of you to give 1 red cent or 1 dime or 1 nickel if you're doing it just because, oh, my VP of sales says do it. You should only give if you believe that you should give. And the reason why is because there's a book that I read that talks about that those blessings will be multiplied when they're giving from the abundance of their heart. You don't want to have to try it away from you. So for those of you who feel it, you go out there and you give, and guess what? We will definitely appreciate it. But we've got projects all around the world that we're going to be doing, and you know what, your country, if it's Puerto Rico, if it's Peru, wherever we go, over in Australia, over in Europe, all the different countries in Europe, OG Cares exists, and right here as well. But ladies and gentlemen, you know what? One of the things I want to do is I want to also give our award. I'm running out of my time. So instead of them having Mr. Haynes come up here right now, I'll go ahead and do it. We have another award that we want to give. It's called the OG Cares Award. The OG Cares Award is for the distributor that actually has a passion for support and have donated not only a lot of their money, but they've donated their time, they've donated their mission, they've donated anything and made themselves available to help the cause of Bernie Chua and the OG Cares Foundation. And right now we want to go ahead and reward that person. And if you don't mind bringing that award over here to me, and we'll tell you who the 2013 OG Cares Award winner is. John and Blanca Secturas.